Hey y'all, welcome back to my page. Welcome to the replay. Do me a favor, if you don't see a red box right about there, just comment #replay, y'all. We're going to use some muslin fabric tonight, and we're going to kind of create kind of like our own ribbon, I guess. So let's do that. When you hop on, say hey. Hit the heart button, y'all. Helps us out a ton. And let's see here. We're going to have a keyword tonight. Oh, Lord. The dog that we're watching is in the room. And hopefully there will be no ruckus. Let's just hope. Okay? Because that's what's been happening in our house the last couple of hours. All right, hold on, y'all. Here we go. Okay, so I have this fabric. It is folded in half. And I think I'm going to cut it right here, I think. Let's see how this works. All right, let me make sure I'm not cutting anything else. Dun, dun, dun. So if I do this... Okay, we're going to cut it right about here. Get you some fabric scissors, really sharp. And let's, I think we're going to use this much, okay? All right, keyword, flag. Happy Flag Day, y'all. I will scoot back here in just a second. Let me do all the things. All right, so I'm going to put this over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut this in half right about on this line right here. Okay? All right, let me scoot back so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Here we go. So I'm just going to take my scissors. I'm going to leave it folded, and I'm just going to cut on that seam. Okay? All right, so what I'm going to do next is separate them. We're going to keep one plain Jane, and the other one I'm actually going to put on ink mat. Okay, I'm going to do something different tonight. Let's put that over there. And we're going to flatten out, straighten out, whatever you want to call it, this piece of fabric right here on the ink mat so that it stays in place and it doesn't move, okay? That's what we're gonna do. All right, where's all of my people? There they are. So here I have a big wrinkle, so I'm just gonna lift it up and I'm gonna lay it back down. Very similar to how we get the air bubbles out, y'all, when we're using our transfers, our silkscreen transfers. All right, so let's do this. Uh-oh, now I have two dogs in here. Hopefully they don't make a ruckus, y'all. Okay, there and there. Oh, hey, everyone. How are y'all? Flag is the key word. It is Flag Day. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just create something simple, I think. But y'all, we're going to bust out. Does everybody know what my favorite transfer of all time is? Tell me. I know, Michelle Pryor. I forgot to send it out. Doop-de-doo. My bad. My bad. Okay, so there's that. Let me see if any of this is working. Buffalo plaid. That's right, y'all. I don't know that the keyword's working tonight, y'all. Something is fishy. All right, so we're going to take this, and I'm going to peel this off the backer sheet, which is this sheet right here. I do recommend that you write the word back or maybe the name of the transfer on it, just because it is shiny on both sides. There. Type in the word flag now and see if that works. Okay, so look. So we've got a shiny side here, which you guys can kind of see the reflection of the light. And then we have a shiny side on this. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Highly recommend with the more transparent transfers that you write back on it. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do next is open our paste. So I want to make sure I have everything ready to go before we start applying this to our piece of fabric that is attached to the ink mat. All right, here we go. So I'm going to use Candy Apple Red. I'm not sure I'll have enough, but I did grab another jar just in case. And we are going to lay this transfer right on top of our fabric. And we're going to put it to where it hangs off this side. Yes. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to smooth out all of our air bubbles. And we are going to make a really big mess. Okay, y'all? Just wait. Just you wait. All right, I'm going to tuck that in right there. And we're going to move this over here. Okay, so this is what we have. Ink mat, piece of fabric, and then the buffalo plaid. Okay? Now what we're going to do, we're going to use chalk and paste form. I'm not going to use ink on this. It is fabric, but I will never wash and dry this. There's no need for me to wash and dry this piece of fabric that we're going to turn into like ribbon. Okay? No need for that. So I've got my Candy Apple Red. Hi. Sticker on the back works. That's an excellent idea, Michelle. So Michelle is saying instead of writing back on your backer sheet that you put a sticker. I like that. I like that a lot. That's a big brain idea. Okay? Y'all ready for this? Hit the heart button. Type in the word flag. Whew. Let's see if this is going to work. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this paste a stir because I'm going to put paste. Let me turn it around and we're going to go this direction. Okay. So I'm going to put paste over here on this side. And we are going to drag it across left to right. Okay, so I put quite a bit. And then we're going to grab the handled squeegee. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to pick up some paste and I'm going to work over here kind of on the edge. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. If not, you may have to swipe your comments away. Now, anytime that you're using the handled squeegee, first of all, look at how much it covers from the get-go, right? But secondly, look how much paste is caked underneath. So I always like to get all that excess and use it so that it doesn't continue to cake up under the handled squeegee. Okay, so I'm going to try and work as quickly as I can. And yes, I'm going to go in different directions. It's going to be easier for me. Okay. And then I'm going to take my little stir stick and put more down. And we're going to cover this entire thing with Candy Apple Red. Okay, so I need more paste. Let me just put it down here so that we can continue to go across. Okay, now you may not like the handled squeegee. Guess what, y'all? No big deal. You can use a smaller squeegee, but just know that your paste is going to dry fairly quickly on the side that you started. So like right here, okay, it's going to dry. Did y'all hear that? So just keep in mind that you may need to paste and peel. All right, so let me just grab some more. And I'm going to be extra careful so that I don't get this everywhere. Over here where the fabric is kind of hanging off. Now, it doesn't really matter if I get all of this covered, because I'm just going to be making like strips of ribbon, I guess you could say. So it doesn't matter, okay? So you can take it all the way to the edge if you want. I, however, am not going to, okay? So then you just slide the excess back into your jar if you have any, okay? And then you're just simply going to peel it up. What side did I peel from? Now, this is gonna go to the sink to be cleaned off. Let me work my way to the center. Oh my gosh, it's so cool, y'all. So cool. All right, so I'm gonna take my backer sheet and lay this directly on the backer sheet, and then I will clean this later, okay? Let me get that out. Now, we're gonna dry this, okay? Now, don't freak out, y'all, if you have some air bubble bleeds for this project specifically, because I'm just making ribbon with this. All right, so we're gonna dry it for a little bit and see what happens. Hi! It looks like I'm back, Kay. Did y'all find me? Y'all, there is a pinned comment below. It says hit the heart button and comment flag to get the supply list. I'm going to show you a way so that maybe if you don't have ribbon, really even long enough for this project or even at all, a way to make it, okay? Especially if you want buffalo plaid. Just something different I thought we would try tonight. And I just want to make sure that it's dry. I use paste, not ink on this, okay? Okay, you're on the live. No replay. It does, Carrie. It looks like a picnic tablecloth. So I do have some spots where the paste was thicker than others. So what I'm going to do is just make sure that in those areas, it's extra dry, because it may take longer because it's a thicker cover, okay? Hello, Zach.
Hello. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Peace out, Holmes. This is... Alright, so I'm just drying this. Now, I wonder... Woo-wee, this is a mess. It's messy. It's very messy. Because the paste went through the fabric, which is normal. So the other side is a little wet. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to peel this off from the non-pasted side. Okay, so this is what your ink mat looks like. Clean it. Highly suggest you clean it. Now, this is what we have, okay? Like I said, it's not perfect over here because I had some air bubbles, but I'm just using it to cut strips. Okay, so this most likely will dry faster if it doesn't have something in the back keeping the air from not going through the little holes in the fabric, okay? Hi, Margaret, how are you? All right, so this is step number one, okay? So I'm gonna set this aside, And we're going to jump over here and we're going to do the top portion of our flag. All right, so in the supply list, when you comment flag, you get a pack of these. 2 squares, 2 circles. Isn't that awesome? So 4 pieces total. Tonight, we're only going to work with one of the squares, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to paint this blue. We're going to paint this Midnight, which is the special blue this month that you can get when you put $75 in your cart, unlock it to purchase, okay? Hi, Lorena. And Jody and Beatrice, how are y'all? So we're going to paint this, and here we go. I'm not going to spray any water tonight on this. I think it's a good consistency to paint with without using the water. So that is what we're doing. Okay, if your paste was on the drier side, just spritz a little water on the surface just to kind of loosen it up. Okay, now who's to say, you know, I might add some water, but for right now, I think we're good. So I'm just going to do this entire thing Midnight, and then we'll add white stars and make our flag for Flag Day, y'all. All right, so there we have that. So now I'm going to try and paint the rest of this without the square moving. That is a challenge in itself. So let me just go over this like so. Okay, so now we're going to dry it. And we're going to see what we come up with. See if it needs another coat. Okay, so I'm going to lay that there and we're going to dry this. Try, Vicki, it should have worked. I saw it working for others. It didn't early on, so maybe type it again. Thank you. I know, the color Midnight is awesome. Oh, Peggy, how was the museum? I know you're exhausted, but was it fun? I took my kids and met my my girlfriend. We went to Cece's for dinner. Hi, everybody. Yes, I showed the flag is working. Hi, Brownie. And Karen and Kathy Curtis. All right, so the top portion is Midnight. Okay. Let's dry this. Now, sometimes when you dry our paste, it kind of changes the color a little bit. A different shade. So we may need to, I don't know, add a second coat. We'll see. Okay. Hi, Elaine. Okay, Elaine, that should have worked. Ooh, the Butterfly House Museum. That's fun. I haven't heard of that. Awesome, Emily. Was it fun?
Hey, you know that awesome talk you just gave about writing back on the back of the transfer? Which side's the back? I can't read pencil. I can't read pencil.
It's not pencil, dude.
Or pen.
All right, so this is what we have. Thanks, babe.
My pleasure.
It's okay. It took me a while to find it at first. It's very light. All right, so this is the blue square. Okay, it's a little streaky. I'm fine with it. Okay, now what I am going to do is just take my paper towel along the sides because, you know, it kind of helps paint the sides too if you have some excess paste there. So there's that. Tip of the day. All right, so we're done with our blue, so I can close that. We are done with our red. And now what we're going to do before I forget is we're going to wax our surface. Are we going to wax our surface? No, we are going to sand it first. We're going to sand it down. See what it did? So cool, so cool.
Make sure you wipe that off too.
Wipe what off?
All that sand.
Yep.
On this too on the board. See?
Got it. Thanks, Zach.
Totally just left it over there. Hey, before you do that.
Zach's in here giving me orders.
I am. Can you do this awesome trick? I worked so hard on cleaning this.
Yes, so here it is. Transfer stuck together. Zach managed to do that greatly.
Well,
you're just going to gently peel it apart.
Yeah.
Okay? If it sticks too well, take it and add some water.
You're awesome at that. I just didn't have room for that.
All right, so I'm going to roll this up like so. Okay? Then I'm going to kind of place my hand in one corner, or to line up one corner, and then line up the other corner. And then you're just going to kind of let it fall. All right, and then you're going to flip it over and make sure that all of it is flat. Okay, you don't want to have any ridges or bumps or whatever. And that is how you store them. Okay? But y'all, like to store mine in the actual bag that it came in because I hang mine up on like a peg wall. Like I showed y'all, I don't know, a couple days ago, right? So then, once you get that all straightened out and make a bunch of noise for everybody. Hi, Elaine. Thanks, Elaine. Hi, Barbara. Then I just hang it by the little hole, okay? All right, next step. Wax the board because we're going to put some stars on here. And I don't want my paste that I painted with to peel up when I go to apply my transfer. Oh, there you go. I love that. I love that, Bambi. Okay, here we go. Square, all right? Can you guess what transfer we're going to use? The ultimate favorite for patriotic decor, Land of the Free. Boom. But this time we're going to use this guy right here. Okay. Let me find my fuzzing cloth. Hold on. So when you are using the transfers, you want to make sure that you fuzz it. Now, I don't know if you noticed it, but on the buffalo plaid, on my fabric, I didn't fuzz it because I wanted it to stick really well to my fabric. Okay, does that make sense? It can be kind of confusing at times, but that's how it works. When you're putting it on wood surface or chalkboard surfaces, metal, glass, anything non-textile, I highly recommend that you fuzz it, adding lint to the back so that it reduces the stickiness of that transfer, okay, of that design. All right, so where are we going to put this? I want to put a star in the middle for beginners here. Not beginners, but to begin with, let's put the star right about there. It might be a little crooked. No big deal. We got it. Okay. Hi, Carolyn. How are you? I make it look so easy when you put on the backer sheet. It takes me a couple times. Hey, listen, Nancy, it's taken me a couple of times too. Like that was not 100% perfect because look, the transfer did not go all the way to the edge. Like it's a little on the lopsided bus, okay? But there's plenty of times when I have to do it again. So trust me. Yay, Bambi, you got your t-shirts. All right, so let's do the big star in white. And then, I don't know what we're going to do around it. I do not know. Big star. Boom. Right in the center. Now, while I clean this, y'all tell me What else should we put on that? Like, should we put stars in a circle around it? Should we put stars on top, stars on bottom? I don't know. Tell me in the comments what y'all think. So I'm going to clean this. For askew is wonky. Yes, share. It's a little wonky. Okay, so I cleaned the front and the back. All right, so important. Now we can use this again, but I don't know what. So we are going to, circle around, circle around, circle around, diagonal. Not yet, Peggy. If it's supposed to storm, it's not here yet. Let's see. All right, so we've got our shape. Let me make sure this is dry. Stars all around. Hi, Rochelle. How are you? Okay, so circle around was probably a terrible thing for me to suggest because now I've got to do this. I got to eyeball this. I mean, I guess I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're just going to go with this and see what happens. Wow. Lift. Place. Lift and place. Woo! Okay. Lift. Yes, I'm doing this without cleaning my transfer. I'm going to do 3 of this and 2 of the other star. I'll show you here in a second. 2 of these. We shall see how this looks. Let's go around. Bring around the rosy. And then do this one right there. I do recommend that you clean your transfer in between each use. I think you'll just get a better finish and a better outcome with your project. Don't do what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, y'all. I like that. What do y'all think? Hit the heart button. That's cute. Okay, okay. All right, spray this. Let me clean this really quick. That really turned out cute. Thanks, Deb. Thanks, Debbie. Thanks, Janet. It's I promise you it's not hard. You just gotta sit down. Practice on the reusable surfaces. That is the best way, holy cow, to learn how to know, in my opinion, how much paste to put on a squeegee, how much pressure to put on the squeegee to get it through the silk screen, which is not a lot of pressure, y'all, to be honest. All right, so now that we're done with this, I'm going to slide this back over here and put it right back on the backer sheet, back in its home, wipe off all the water, and we're done with this transfer. And this just goes right back in my little bag. Some of you may have like storage books, photo storage binders. Go, 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 go. And now we're done with the transfer, okay? Bada boom, bada bang. All right, now we gotta make room for this. Now we're gonna rip some fabric and make our own ribbon. And I hope you guys find it very interesting. because I am, and I haven't even started. Okay, but before we do that, I'm gonna punch some holes in this, okay? Hi, Annette. Hi, Kelly. Uh-oh. You could even place another circle. You're absolutely right, Kevin. Ooh, that would be kind of cool. One there, there. You're absolutely right. Okay, hold on. What happened to Cher? You lost your 94-year-old mom last month. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And then our good friend Lisa Holly lost her father. Oh, that's okay, Lisa. You'll create things when you're ready. I'm so sorry. Okay, now, y'all, hold on. I mean, I got a lot of things going in this brain of mine. I gotta do something. The wheels are spinning. I don't know if y'all can tell, but they're spinning. Okay, I gotta, like, get this more, like, dirty. It's too clean for me. For this project, at least. So this is Distress Oxide. This is what I had on my hand from our project last night when we did the anchor right here. I did not use the daubers with it. And by golly gee, it was all over me. Okay, there we go. That's better. So it's not as white on the edges. Hopefully y'all can see that. You see? It's hard to see in the camera, but it's not as stark white. And y'all, guess what? Because I didn't paint the edges, it looks dirtier. Okay, just saying. All right, now I'm going to introduce you to the power punch. Lots of power right here with the punch. Okay, pretty awesome. All right, so okay, well, let me ask you this, because there's different ways to look at this. Do we want 2 stars on the top right here? Or do we want 1 star on the top? 2 or 1? Tell me. Because that's going to make a difference on where we punch our holes. Okay? All right, let's see how this is working out over here. Almost dry. Well, it's mostly dry. But there are some spots that need a little bit of love. TLC. Like right there. Gosh, y'all, everybody's losing people. I'm so sorry. Oh no, Maureen, were you relaxing? And all of a sudden it thundered and it scared the pooey out of you? Oh goodness. Okay, lots of 1 stars at the top, okay. All right, I'm gonna flip this over and make sure that it's dry on the back. But y'all, we took fabric and we put the mini buffalo plaid transfer on it, and we're about to tear and release some stress and make our own ribbon. Pretty awesome. All right, lots of votes for 1. Okay. All right, let me just do this one more time, y'all. Okay, so here's the deal. 1 star at the top means that we're going to punch our holes at the bottom. Okay. So I want my holes to be, like at the bottom. I don't know what I'm trying to say, y'all, but just go with me, okay? So what that means is you're just gonna do it like a hole punch, okay? And I'm gonna do this across the bottom. Now, don't worry if they're not perfectly aligned. I mean, you can worry all you want. I am not. So I'm telling you, it is okay. Do you? Because look, mine are not perfectly lined up. Okay, but I'm just going to take these all the way across this board. Because now, once we have our torn ribbon, y'all know what we're going to do with that ribbon? Our flag pieces. You do you, Zach. That's right. You do you and be somebody. All right, there's another one. And the thing with this is it doesn't have a compartment to hold all of your pieces. Like they literally come out as soon as you punch. Okay, so just be aware of that. Thanks, Josie Perez, for the stars. All right, so here's what we have. Okay, we have our stars. I'm sorry. We have our holes at the bottom. So now I'm going to collect all of my pieces so my dogs don't eat them. That would be terrible. That one doesn't want to come out, which, whatever, fine. You be that way. Okay, here we go. Fabric, Buffalo Plaid Mini Transfer. Candy apple paste. All right. Now what we're going to do is I need to make sure that that is dry. Yes, I think it is. If it's not, whatever. We're just going to make a mess. I am going to just use the, let me cut this. Hold on. I'm going to use the transfer lines to help me. Okay. So I just cut that. Okay, and it's not going to tear perfectly, but look, y'all, look at that. Look how cute. So I'm just going to keep going. Now we're going to kind of alternate these. Buffalo Plaid, not Buffalo Plaid. Okay, because I'm going to also use this plain Jane muslin here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and actually cut this the same size as I did the red and white one. Like so. So hit the heart button, y'all, for me and type in the word flag. I will send you a message with all the goodies. Okay? All right, let's do this. I love ripping fabric. Have I told you that lately? Like, I could do it all day. Just give me some fabric, mail me some fabric, and we'll just start ripping. And it makes cute bows. That will make a really cute flag, hopefully. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so let me see how many holes we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we need 5 and 5. 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now what I don't know is the thickness of this. How this is gonna work. And there's the dogs.
It's just me.
Okay, so ideally,
Who let their dogs out?
if I want to, we could do it like this. Okay, it's gonna be like a short flag. Okay, or what we could do, let me just take this out. That really works, Zach. What we might do is put this through and pull this all the way through. Then I might even tie to make the strings longer, like a little something something here in the back. This going up, this hanging down. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I hope you can see that. So we're gonna put it through the back because we're gonna tie it. Okay. And all right, so we're gonna tie it with the string going up. Okay, now, what you might want to do, y'all, is cut more strips to thicken it up, which we might do. Let's just get these on here first, and we'll see, okay? You could even hot glue the strips. I don't know. You could tape them, whatever you want to do. Just, you do you, okay? Put it through, but we have 10 holes, remember that. All right. Like that so far, y'all. Look at that. Oh, that's cute. I love it. Yeah, me too, Patty. I like it longer. Okay. Come to the back. Tie it. Come to the back. And then we're going to tie this. You may want to put some tape on the ends if your fabric is too thick. The tape will help pull it through those holes, or push it through the holes, I guess you could say. But this is chalk and paste form on the fabric with the buffalo plaid transfer. Super cute. Something different, y'all. I like to be different sometimes. Sometimes not. Me too, Tracy. Me too, girl. Me too. All right. There's another one. But you want to push them to the back, from the front to the back, so that you can tie them. And you don't have that little piece hanging out in the front. All right, here we go. 2 more, and then we'll see if we need to add any. If we can get them through. Thanks, Mary. Thank you so much. I think this is simple and easy and just so, to me, this just screams like farmhouse feel. But you know, what do I know? Okay, so it definitely has some space for more, okay? Now, what I will probably do is go back in and see. What I don't know is if I can get another piece through the hole without really struggling. Okay? It's possible that you could, but for, I don't know, the sake of time, yeah, I'll be here all night trying to do this. I mean, that made it through. But there may be some pieces that I will need to use some tape to get through. But let's just do this one right here. And maybe even a red one to see how much difference it really adds. And I think it's going to add quite a bit of difference. What do y'all think? I think so. Rippy, rippy. So you can just pull your material down and that hole will open up for you. Okay. I think probably double. So what you could do, let me think about this. No, I'm not going to mess it up. You can make your holes bigger by adding a power punch, adding another hole kind of above it. But I want to do another round of strings. But like this one, I'm definitely going to need some tape, because the struggle's real with this one right here. Come out, wherever you are. Okay. So, I know, ripping fabric is so much fun. Hey, what do you say? What about needle nose pliers? Ooh-wee, y'all. Okay, we're back in business. We are back in business. That worked. I don't think I've ever used those crafting. Yep, we're getting thicker. Thicker by the strand. So, should I finish here? All right, so now we're on this one. Needle nose pliers. Trying to do it with the non-dominant hand. And pull it through. It's working. It's definitely working. You know, I should have been smart and like did the opposite. Okay, so we've done these 3 so far over here on this side. Okay. I don't know. The bead threader might work. It might. Yes, Cheryl, that's a great idea. So I would maybe recommend when you guys are doing this at home to maybe just jump the gun and put both through the hole at once. It's probably going to be easier that way. Okay, so did I just do, yes, there it is. So let me go over here. Pull my little thing down. Get my little ribbon here. Yo, this is gonna be so cute. Once I get my act together, figure out what we're doing here. But always push through from the front to the back. Okay? Yes. All right, y'all just sit back, relax. I think I wanna finish it so that I can show you guys the finished project. We got 5 more to go. Okay. It does look better. Yes, I agree. All right, so we need how many more of these? 1, 2, 3, and I think 2 plain. 1 and 2. All right, so our material is done. Okay, so we've basically got half finished, and it definitely looks much better, for sure. Okay, there's that. Tie. Boom. I hot glued mine to the back, then put a pretty strip over to hide. So what's crazy is I actually have one made, or I made one last year, and it's, for the longest time, it hung in our, like our walkway. I don't know if Zach's on, maybe he can grab it. Like, I kid you not, y'all, it was up until about Christmas because it was hanging high on our wall where we have all of our, like, gallery wall. And for the longest time it was there, and I took it down right before Christmas, and Zach found it and he brought it back out.
And put it in the exact same spot.
And put it right back in the exact same spot. So this one we did last year. We used the farmhouse tile pattern, and we used some stars that Zach cut, and we put USA. But that one, yes, I did hot glue to the back. Isn't that cute? So Zach put it up in the same exact spot where it was last year. So it'll probably stay there till Christmas, because we just don't look up. Thank you. I made this shirt last year with one of our summer transfers. All right, so we got two more to go, y'all. And then we're done, and y'all can go on your merry way. Thanks so much for hanging out. I think you guys will like this. It's easy. This is just the most time-consuming part right here, is tying all of the things. So if you want, absolutely get your glue gun out and glue the back, or glue them to the back. Okay, that way you won't have to have a puncher. You won't have to use needle nose pliers. Okay. You do you, whatever's easier. I just like the tying technique. I think it looks cute, different. All right, so let me fix this one. This one's hanging out over here on the side. Like so. Okay, what do y'all think? So here is our little flag for Flag Day. Y'all, isn't that cute? Look at that. Oh my gosh. How stinking cute. Okay, but wait. There's more. I gotta punch a hole here and here to put our wire. Here. And, whoa, here for our wire. Okay, there we go. Now we've got our wire that we're going to put here, and we're going to put it here. Okay. This one I'm actually going to use, what am I going to use? I'm going to use a pin and do a little loop-de-loo throughout the wire. I pulled this off of another frame that I have. But this, y'all, I thought would be cute just to hang anywhere. Okay. All right, just like so. Twist, glue, whatever you need to do with this, okay? You could just even put a rope hanger. Look, y'all, look, it's so cute. Oh my goodness. I'm in love. I'm in love. So there's our project, y'all. Have fun with it. Enjoy Flag Day. National Happy Flag Day. So it's cute. I'm glad we added the second set of ribbon. So y'all have a good night, and we will see you next time, okay? Bye, friends.